Welcome back to another episode of the Golden Domers Report. I'm Landen and Traylor, joined by Dylan Kerns, co-host, and special guest, as usual, analyst, whatever you want to call him. The one, the only.
Specialist.
Yeah, John Richards is with us. He's in the car. He's back in the car. Do we got Duncan today, JR?
No, we just got a little flavored water.
Nice.
Fresh off a 22
No
and 2
problem
week.
there. No
Might I
problem.
remind you?
Cleveland Browns water right there. Kareem Hunt's back.
That's right.
What a dumpster fire. Indeed, JR picks last week 22 and 2. The only ones he was Wake Forest and who else got
K-State.
Oh, you picked.
I don't think I took Baylor. I think I took K-State.
It was Wake and
K-State.
yeah, it was K-State. Wow.
Yeah, and I like Baylor too. Dang it.
Man.
What a week.
Yeah, I know. Best weekend. Hey, I'm gonna mention here. I went 20 and 4. I mean, that's a close second. It's a pretty good second.
That's
better
good.
better than last place like you over there.
Yeah, I did not have a good week. Prairie View let me down big time, and I wasn't fond of that.
Prairie View, run it up, baby. Run it up. All right. Well, Notre Dame coming off of a 55-0 win over Georgia Tech. I expected it. Obviously, I called for the blowout victory. I think I said 42-3. Everybody laughed at me because I usually take the Irish in an astronomical amount as a joke. But I was
a joke when you say it.
Right. No, it is. I always joke. It's kind of the running gag ever since Florida State when I picked a 38-0 victory. Well, there's not really much to say about the Georgia Tech game, guys. It was total dominance. What we expected, right, JR?
Yeah, good to see. I wish it would have happened a week before as well. Nice to see a lot of the seniors, some of the older statesmen get some playing time. That number 8 kid, that was cool. Another good day. Yeah, keep marching on.
Yeah, keep marching on. Keep coaching them up, Ken. Keep coaching them, Ken.
Yeah, that was a great game, really. Start to finish, they jumped off early. They got the pick 6 or pick, and then there was just a lot of turnovers. That quarterback has to be sore still here on Wednesday after getting his, lack of a better term, he got his ass kicked. So, it was rough for them right there. So big day for Myron Tagovailoa, the block kick, the return. He had a great game. Audric Estime, I thought that was great to see him get some carries late in the game. He looks like he could be a force in the future with the program at the running back position. So all in all, you got to see some faces that a lot of big programs usually throw out there. They're younger guys in a blowout. And I'm glad Kelly finally got the chance to showcase some of that talent, and it was on senior day.
Yeah, obviously it was our best defensive performance of the season. I just want to make a note here. We have not given up a single touchdown in November. We've only allowed 9 points, and we've scored 117. And that brings me back to the point that JR made, I think it was last week. JR and Logan made a good point. What if we kept the foot on the gas against Virginia? Do you think, this is kind of segueing us into the next topic, do you think we sit ahead of Michigan right now if we keep the foot on the pedal?
No, I say not a chance, because strictly based off of Michigan, we both have a one loss. And I'm telling you, you can say all you want. I seriously think Ohio State, Michigan is selling the tickets right there. Not like they need to, because it's the biggest game every year, but 3-5 looks a lot sexier. And either way, it allows teams to jump. You keep the Irish at 6, make Michigan lose that spot, because you're not going to, if Michigan's at 6 and beats Ohio State, it's going to put them in. But it's either way, they're getting in if Michigan wins that game. But Michigan at 5, that's just, I don't think the Irish could be at 5 strictly based off of the powerhouse of the Big Ten and Mr. Barta. Or he who shall not be named.
Yeah, JR, what do you think?
I don't think so either, just based off of the opponents that we've played. What's it been? Navy, Virginia with a backup quarterback, and Georgia Tech. Maybe if the teams were a little bit more respectable and had some better records, but probably not. And the situation in front of us will take care of itself. So I'm not too concerned about it. I would like to encourage Swarbrick, and I don't know what the Mormons got going on. Michael Jackson's favorite school, but let's call Brigham Young and play them next week. Let's get that extra game on the schedule. Last chance to make an impression.
I'd love that.
I would love that. Obviously, we have a game coming up next year in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's going to be sweet. Dylan, you and I may have to take a trip out west for that.
Yeah, call up Leslie Chow. It should be a fun time.
Alan going to be there?
Alan?
The Wolfpack.
It's funny because he's fat.
Yeah, I'm not even that fat. Anyway, hangover references. Overall, I'm very pleased with the direction that we're heading in. But we're going to need to finish strong on the road at Stanford, which, they're not having a good season at all, but we'll get to that later. My player of the game, it's got to be Jack Kaiser. He played a hell of a game on Saturday. I was very pleased with his performance on Saturday. It was his breakout game, obviously. It seems he was all over the place. His name is being said by the PA announcer, who let me just point out, he has done such an amazing job this year. The new PA announcer at Notre Dame, such a phenomenal job. I really like his voice. Really like how he brings the energy into Notre Dame Stadium. Michael Collins did a good job of that, but I just like the way this guy brings in energy. So Dylan, player of the game for Georgia Tech.
Sticking with Myron Tagovailoa-Mosa, I think he had a phenomenal game. So I'm going to stand by that. And Estime on the offensive side, I thought he looked good too.
Okay. JR?
Yeah, I like both of your picks, and to Dylan's point, I like the bowling ball that came in late. He's going to provide a nice change of pace with Diggs and Tyree next year. Maybe a little bit surprised that they put him in, because I think that was his first game action. So I don't know if that somehow soaks up any eligibility that he may have been keeping, but I liked what I saw from him. Granted, it was the end of the game, but still, he's a bowling ball, man. He's a physical specimen, and I like that. I like that committee moving forward next year.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be in front of him when he's moving.
No, the bowling ball.
All right, let's continue rolling here with the Stanford Cardinal. They come in with a 3-8 record, a whopping 3-8 record. Little stats here from the Stanford Cardinal. They did upset Oregon earlier in the year, which is a shocker. I believe that was the game. Oregon was coming off of a win to Ohio State, if I'm correct, perhaps. Tanner McKee, he has 2,155 yards this year. He is their quarterback.
Okay, here we go. Watch out for Gibbs.
Wide receiver, Ben Yurosik, my apologies. He has 566 receiving yards this season. And Lavani Damuni on the defensive side of the ball, he has 77 tackles. But with that being said, this is a bad football team, and we should be able to handle this one pretty easily, don't you say, Dylan?
When the season started, I had this chalked down as one of the 3 losses, because it's a tough road trip. You go in late in the year. They usually play. It's usually a slow game, no matter it's Stanford, USC, whatever. When you travel, it takes a while for the Irish to get going. We saw it that one year in 2018 where Dexter Williams just needed that one big run that then patrolled the offense. That was against USC. Now, these late California trips, this is Brian Kelly in November, which he has shut up the echoes the last few years when people were screaming about his record in November, which he's been pretty solid there. I do think it will be a closer game early, but Notre Dame will come out big in this one. So I'm not worried about this game at all, but I will say it's not going to be pretty early. This is not a game where you jump on the gas and continue.
JR, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. That's my main concern about this game. Always traveling late, that far late in the year. Stanford, I mean, what has happened to them and David Shaw? I mean, this was a very proud traditional program that had, very similar pillars to what Notre Dame has instilled into their program, and they have just completely fallen off of the map. They had a nice win against Oregon. They always play them tough, but ever since then, I mean, they are a mess, and they are pointing the wrong way. They're going to be, they're going to be up for this game. I agree with Dylan. It's probably going to start out a little bit slow, maybe a little bit shaky or worrisome, but our defense is going to travel. That's what's going to keep everything in check. Let's get the ground game going. Let's get a couple of quick hitters with Cone. I think we're going to be all right. The line is 17 and a half. But we got too much to play for and too much to lose. I look for us to win going away pretty comfortably.
Yeah. As JR mentioned, Stanford, they're usually one of the premier opponents on our schedule. You look at 2010 with Andrew Luck, they had a top 10 team coming to South Bend. We obviously fell short on that one. I think it was by 21 points. And then 2011, they come in there. We go there once again with Andrew Luck. They were another top 10 opponent playing for the Rose Bowl. Come up a little short there again. I believe we lost by 14 points. 2012, finally got the first win against Stanford for Brian Kelly. Obviously, that was a huge win. 13 fell a little short. Palo Alto, 14, instant classic once again in the rain. 2015, they kept us out of the playoffs. And then 2016, they come from behind for 17 points the second half. We led 10-0 at halftime. They beat us 17-10 in South Bend. And I remember a topic at the end of that game was an assistant coach ran to Brian Kelly, and he said, it's been real nice playing you in this rivalry, hinting that Brian Kelly would be fired. Oh, how the tables have turned. It's all I can say. Stanford has really fallen off the face of the earth, and I hate it because when Stanford is good, it makes our schedule look so much better because the way Stanford plays us is good. It's good for the sport. I like the good games that we play with Stanford. I don't like going over the West Coast at a 8:00 game to watch a 30-point blowout. I'm sorry, I don't. I like it when Stanford's good. I like David Shaw. I like it when his teams are good. But with that being said, Saturday is a great game to get Michael Mayer more involved. He finally got his first touchdown since Toledo last week against Georgia Tech. Yeah, I want to get him more involved, maybe take more shots for him downfield, get him in the end zone a lot more. And then obviously JR mentioned it. We need to get the run game, establish the run game. And then lastly, I want a special teams touchdown. They have been so close to just breaking a punt return, breaking a kick return. I know Tyree had the big one against Wisconsin. I want another one to I want one that right before half, like Utah, on a punt return, just bust it open, blow the game wide open and kind of seal the deal in the first half there. So Stanford coming up Saturday, guys. Should be a pushover.
I think it will be late. Like I said, that's my main take here. But you look at this team and how they're all structured, and Notre Dame, and to your point about the speed and on the outside, trying to get everybody involved, that's going to be big. Mentioned the play calling. I think Tommy Rees has done a phenomenal job here in the month of November. Getting everyone involved. You mentioned 117-9 outscored in the month of November. So granted, the opponents haven't been great, but that's big time right there. Getting the offense, scoring touchdowns, and putting points on the board. That's big for this team, and hopefully they can find a way to establish that ground game as they continue on, and should be a good thing going on. But I have a question. Do you guys know if Blake Fisher's returning, or is he done?
I believe he is done.
I imagine, yeah.
Okay, because I knew it was like a 4-month timetable when it happened, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's done for this season. Well, that does it for Stanford. Let's get right into it with the Week 13 picks. Obviously, JR coming off of the 22-2 week. Dylan coming off of a
phenomenal work, JR.
Thank you. Has
Yeah,
anybody gone undefeated in a week?
I don't think so.
No, there's one time I went 1 loss, but that's it. Week 13 picks. Let's start with Thursday. Happy Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble. Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. We got the Egg Bowl. Number 9, Ole Miss travels to Mississippi State. This is going to be a classic. We'll start usual order. JR, Dylan, myself.
Anybody got a line on this?
1.5 Mississippi State.
They're favored by 1.5.
Yes, sir.
I think maybe this ended last year, but for about 4 years in a row, the road team had won this game. I think it's a new sheriff in town, Mike Leach. I'm going to go Hail State here. Turkey Day upset. Let's go Mississippi State.
Hail State. You know what? I'm gonna counter that. I'm gonna go with the better football team and pick Ole Mississippi.
Woo! You already know. You already know who I'm going with. No doubt about it. Give me the lane train, baby. Roll on. Keep chugging along. Friday, 12 p.m. on CBS. This is tricky because I think this game starts at 9 in the morning on the West Coast. Boise State at number 21, San Diego State.
Wow, that is an odd start time. Wow. Boise going to San Diego State. I'm going to stick with the Aztecs and that defense at home. It's going to be a close game though. San Diego State, they don't really blow anybody out. Boise, proud traditional program. They're going to go in there and play hard, but give me San Diego State by like a field goal.
I'm going Boise State, and I'm going to say it's by a touchdown. I think they win pretty nice.
I am also going to go with the Broncos of Boise State University, Dylan. I think this offense is too much for San Diego State to handle, so I'm going with Boise State. It's on the blue field. It's not on the blue field, unfortunately, but give me the Broncos. 1:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network Friday, 16th ranked Iowa at Nebraska.
Well, you guys are going 2 roadies to start off. Nebraska playing well, but they just can't make enough plays to get over the hump. Iowa though, oh God, like I said, they just do not win pretty. They're going to keep Nebraska in this game. I'm going to go upset. Give me Nebraska.
Oh,
I might be 0-3 to start the Thursday, Friday slate before 3 p.m. But I'm also going with Nebraska.
Look, JR mentioned that Nebraska, they've been playing well. They just can't finish. You're not going to be able to finish in this one either. Give me Iowa. Despite Iowa not playing good, that defense is still pretty solid. So you know what? I'm going with the Hawkeyes, or should I say Gary Barta. 3:30 p.m. on Friday evening, whatever you say, late afternoon. 4th ranked Cincinnati at East Carolina on ABC.
Cincinnati, they look to have righted the ship last week. I was disappointed in SMU's performance, but Cincinnati.
Yeah, I don't think the Pirates can hang here, but if they find a way to win this football game, it will really, really shake up the entire college football playoff, but it's not happening. Give me the Bearcats.
I mean, last year, Cincinnati ran it up on them. I remember there was a big fight between the two coaches at the end of the game, words being said. Cincinnati by 50. East Carolina. I picked them to win one football game, I think, this year. They won 4 or 5 or 6. They're actually pretty solid.
They're 7-4. That's more than Vanderbilt.
Give me Cincinnati. And also at 3:30 p.m. on Friday, we have Missouri at 25th ranked Arkansas, or Kansas, as Les Mile would like to say, on CBS.
Boy, Missouri, they put the nail in the coffin in Landon's boy, Dan Mullen. Give me Arkansas here. Be a good game. Give me Arkansas, though.
The line is Arkansas 14.5. That's pretty big against Missouri. I think Arkansas wins it.
Yeah, Dan Mullen is gone. Let's all take a moment of silence just to remember Dan Mullen. And JR loved him. You know, he was a big fan of Dan. I bet you he is still in grief. So
still has tissues.
Yeah. Good riddance.
He'll be in Jacksonville next. He'll be in Jacksonville, right, Dylan?
Yeah, he'll be coaching up the wide receivers.
Yep.
Trade for Kadarius Toney.
Him and Laviscus.
This is going to be a really good game, in my opinion. Missouri, they play every team, except Alabama, the Georgias. They're a solid football team. They find ways to win. I'm gonna have to go with Arkansas, though. I'm gonna have to go, like Dylan said about Mississippi State, Ole Miss. I'm gonna have to go with the better football team. Give me Arkansas. 8-4 for a first-year head coach. Wow, not bad at Arkansas. 4 p.m. on Fox, we have Colorado at number 19, Utah. Colorado is terrible.
They are terrible, though. But didn't they beat Washington last week?
Yes, Washington is even worse.
They are. They're not very good. Utah probably going to have a little bit of a letdown here. This game might be similar to how ND starts. But Utah will be fine here. They're too good of a football team. They're too fundamentally sound. They got the better coach, the better players. They'll win.
Yeah, I like Utah here as well. 9-3 to finish the year. That's pretty solid for Utah, at least the regular season.
They could be headed to Pasadena to take on Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl this year.
That'd be a good game.
I would like to see that matchup. I really would. I think Wisconsin's defense versus that offense, I'm here for it. Oregon, they need to match up to this week. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I think a win would put them in, but a loss would put them out. Who's second place in that crappy division? I almost said it. I think it's Oregon State with you. Anyway, 7 p.m. on Friday evening. Hey, you know what? You got all the Thanksgiving. You're sitting there. It's the day after. You're just thinking you're going to watch one of my favorite rivalries in North Carolina at number 20, North Carolina State on ESPN. That is at 7 p.m. on Friday evening.
Fire up that leftover turkey Sam, right, Lando?
Oh,
maybe sprinkle a little sweet potato casserole on the side there, huh? That's kind of what North Carolina is, going to play North Carolina State. Give me the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I'm also going to throw another hangover reference in here, and I'm going to go with the growing Wolfpack.
I'm going to have to go with the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Better football team. It's going to be a shootout, though. You know how Wake Forest and NC State was a shootout? This is going to be a shootout like that as well. That's why I like this rivalry. It's always high scoring, in my opinion. I just like it. All right, Saturday slate here at noon. We have number 1 Georgia on the road at one of the best teams in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on ABC.
I mean, what's to say other than give me Georgia? Next.
Yeah, I'll say something though. I mean, we beat Georgia Tech 55-0. I'm curious to see what Georgia does to Georgia Tech. If this is a closer game, not saying that it will be or anything. I'm just saying, if you look at it and Georgia doesn't beat them, like I expect them to blow the brakes off. But if they don't, I think that makes the Irish look a little bit better when the committee's searching for who that 4 team will be. But yeah, give me Georgia.
Next. Give me Georgia. Next. Number 2 in the land, Ohio State at number 5, Michigan on Fox, the game that Dylan has been talking about for 4 weeks.
I'm going to a party.
Oh, I can't wait. JR, this is on Fox. Big noon kickoff, baby.
This game is strategically always played at noon, specifically to keep the people somewhat sober. So That's why this game is always a noon game. Everyone always wonders how come this isn't a 7:30, 8 o'clock primetime game? Because nobody would make it to the stadium if it took place at that time, at least if it was in Columbus. Last week's Ohio State line, when I saw 19.5, and it was comparable to the Purdue line, I thought it was too many points. But looking back on it, in comparison to this week's line, it's 7.5, 7. Michigan's strengths match up against Ohio State's strengths. Michigan State and Purdue's weaknesses matched up against Ohio State's strengths. That's why there's the disparity in between with respect to the lines here. 7, I still think it's not enough. Ohio State's going to win this game. It's probably going to be 10 to 14 points. But, Ryan Day has been waiting to play this game for 2 years. He made a comment about hanging a hundo on Michigan. If he gets the chance to do it, he will. He'll run it up. No mercy in this game. Buckeyes comfortably.
Michigan leads at the end of the first quarter. C.J. Stroud, freshman quarterback in a tough environment, his first time playing in a game like this. I think Michigan keeps it close early on, but that's the closest it will be throughout the course of the game. Ohio State by 14.
I'm hearing all this stuff about how Michigan's defense is going to be ready for this game. Jim Harbaugh ready for it. Michigan, they're pumped up. To hell with Michigan. Buckeyes by a million. Buckeyes by a million. Give me Ohio State.
Are you rooting for Ohio State as a fan?
Yes, I am rooting for Ohio State. As a fan, I am rooting for Ohio State. As a Notre Dame fan, I am rooting for Ohio State. I will never root for Michigan unless they're playing Purdue, because that's a game that essentially has no meaning. They're in 2 separate divisions. Purdue's usually not very good. Michigan, it has no meaning. And as a fan, look, I'm going to say this. I like it when Ohio State is good. Call me crazy. They're a good football team. They're putting it together, and I like it when they.
You like it when everyone's good. College football's best when Florida State's good. When Oregon's good. When Stanford's good. This is a good team. We could play them. It's good on our schedule.
If you go back to the 90s, JR can maybe attest to this. If you go back to the 90s, look at college. That was when college football was at its peak, the 80s and 90s. Florida State was good. USC was up top. Miami was up top. All those teams playing each other every year. It's up top and it's at its prime. Get those teams back to where they were. That's why I always say it's better to have those teams good. It's good for the sport when those teams are good. JR, back me up here.
Yeah, Nebraska was really good back then too. You could argue that 95 Nebraska team was maybe one of the best college football has ever seen. I'm gonna go on the record and saying I'm rooting for Michigan. If you lived where I lived, amongst all these zero state honks, they're the most annoying fan base in the world. I'm rooting for Michigan. I always root against zero state. I hate zero state. They are annoying. Their fans are annoying. That bald guy that they show in the stands with Buckeyes all over, his face is painted. And then that other guy, the black guy in the cowboy hat, riding around in that Cadillac, they are embarrassing to the fan base. They're so obnoxious, so annoying. Go Michigan.
Love it.
They're gonna get rolled though. Sorry.
I don't care for Ohio State fans either. They are really annoying. They're really obnoxious. I'm thinking about going to the Ohio State Notre Dame game next year. Only thing that's holding me back is, well, 2 things. One, I'm worried about the ticket prices are going to skyrocket, and 2, that stadium is. I like it. It's a historical stadium. It's huge. It's massive. It's iconic. It's iconic. Their fan base will make it so terrible. All right, moving along here. We are definitely running behind on time. Texas Tech at number 8. Baylor. This is at noon on Fox Sports 1.
Tricky game, noon, early start. Those early starts are always worrisome. Baylor, maybe 2 tough games, 3-game stretch. Give me Baylor, but they're going to struggle.
Yeah, the Bears. I think it's Joe Davis here for Fox Sports 1 doing the game. Could be wrong.
Look, this is an 11 a.m. start in Waco. Texas Tech.
You never played football at 11 a.m.?
Who does? Anyway, I've had it with you already. It's a time of giving. It's a time of people being nice. I've had it with you. Go back to South Carolina, please.
I will soon.
I've had enough of you. Look, Texas Tech, they're a good football team. They find ways to win. This is tricky. I'm going to have to go with the better football team in Baylor, but don't be surprised if Texas Tech hangs in there and ultimately pulls off an upset. Wow, this is such an underrated matchup this week. I like it. Here's another underrated matchup that I really, really like is 18th ranked Wake Forest at Boston College on ESPN2.
Yeah, BC. A little disappointed in them last week. I guess Florida State winning actually helps Notre Dame out a little bit, but Wake, I think they're just going to have too much for BC. Give me Wake.
Yeah, the Demon Deacons will win this contest. I like Jerkovic, but not this week.
Look, I had high expectations for Boston College this year. Obviously, Phil Jerkovic being hurt did not help. This team was one play away 3 times from beating Clemson. They couldn't do it. Wake Forest, this is probably the most high-powered offense that Boston College has seen all year. I think Boston College stays with them. End of the day, I'm going with the better football team in Wake Forest. Here at noon, remaining at noon, is 24th ranked Houston, who is 10-1, at UConn, who is 1-10. That's on the CBS Sports Network. What a game! What a game!
Yeah, UConn hiring Jim Mora. I guess that's a nice hire if you're UConn. I'm certainly not going to pick UConn. So, who they playing?
Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Houston, we do not have a problem. They're playing UConn. Houston.
Yeah, you can't do it. So give me Houston.
UConn is a girls' basketball school, and occasionally
Holy
2 p.m. 2 p.m. We have
this guy's unbelievable.
I think I'm gonna get a little trouble for that one. 22 UTS. It's true. UTSA at North Texas.
UTSA.
Give me Texas San Antonio.
Yeah, give me Utah here. Dylan, you picked against them last week. Bit you in the butt pretty hard there. Give me UTSA. 3:30 p.m. The Iron Bowl. Number 3 Alabama at Auburn on CBS.
Bama.
Elephants. Roll Tide.
Bama big. No Bo Nix.
Nope.
Don't think he's playing. Not gonna matter. Give me Alabama. Pretty largely here. Here's another one of my favorite rivalries. Usually is Oregon State at number 11. Oregon on ESPN. This could get very, very dicey.
Oregon State, they're not bad this year. Oregon, they're in the bounce back spot. Are they still alive for the championship game?
I believe if they win, they're in. Let me see this. I got to Google this, but go ahead and make
If they win, they are in. But they're traveling to Oregon State, correct?
Oregon's
they're on the
at home.
roads. Oh, Oregon's at home?
Yes.
The Civil War is in Oregon. Give me Oregon.
Wars in Oregon. Yeah. This is a tough one. Not gonna lie, it is a tough one. Oregon, do they collapse after they realize their hopes of the college football playoff are over with the loss to Utah? I think they'll still get up for a rivalry game, so I think they will win this contest. Give me Oregon. Quack, quack.
I don't know if you guys remember this. Last year in the Civil War, I remember it was like really, really foggy, and it was like a wild play that won Oregon State the game. Oregon State ended up beating Oregon last year. Just thought I'd point that out there. Indeed, if Oregon State wins, they would be 6-3 in the conference and have the head-to-head matchup over Oregon. So they play Utah. Wow.
So the winner of this game goes to the championship game?
Yeah.
Oregon's a 7-4. Oregon State's 7-4.
No. Conference. That record
okay,
doesn't
so
matter.
Conference. Strictly conference. Okay, wow.
Yeah. This.
What a
Do you have a
ball
line?
game.
What's the line?
Oregon by 7.
That's too many.
Guys, I'm going to have to go with Oregon State here. I'm going to have to make a last-minute change in my pick. I'm going to have to go with Oregon State in the upset in the Civil War. Oregon coming off an embarrassing loss. Their season's over. I mean, they could still go to Pasadena. That's out the door. Give me the Beavs. Penn State at number 12, Michigan State on Fox. The battle for relevancy, I should say.
Run that by me again.
Penn State, Michigan State.
Oh God. I don't know the rest of the games that we're picking, but this could be my prison inmate selection. Boy, this feels like a 13-10 snooze fest. This could be another turkey sandwich. Give me a nap game. Give me I'll take the home team. Give me who's that? Sparty?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll take Sparty.
James Franklin got a 10-year extension, sticking at the Nittany Lions. So you know what? He'll be feeling good. He'll be getting his guys ready. They'll buy into him and win one more for the Gipper.
Yeah, he'll be tickling Standusky. That's what he'll be doing.
this is such. Why would 10 years? Like, are you kidding me? What has he done for your program? Won Big Ten championship, lost in the Rose Bowl to USC. Guys, what are you thinking here? 10 years. I don't get it.
It's an off-season topic.
It is. I'm not going to go on a rant right now. Just give me Michigan State. Penn State, they're done. They're done.
His agent deserves a raise.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scott Boras?
Yeah, give me Michigan State here, guys. 4 p.m. on Fox, we have Wisconsin at Minnesota.
The battle for Paul Bunyan's axe, is that what it is? Isn't that their rivalry? Isn't that what it is? The axe?
Yep.
Yeah, give me Wisconsin. Minnesota, they don't have enough offense to get it done against Wisconsin's defense. Give me Wisconsin.
Opposite of Landon's Sunday, I'm picking Wisconsin over Minnesota.
That was a clear interception. Clear interception. I truly do not know.
Kirk Cousins for MVP.
I truly do not know how that was not ruled an interception. I'm truly baffled. We got screwed. Go Pack, go. I'm going with Wisconsin here, pretty largely. 7 p.m. on ESPN. We got Texas A&M at LSU.
A&M at LSU. Boy, LSU, what are they going to do? Give me, is Jimbo auditioning for his job here? Many people think that he's not going to jump ship. I'll go A&M here. LSU's going to play hard, though. Last game for Coach Joe.
Yep, that's why I'm going with LSU. Give me Ed Orgeron and the Tigers one last time for them here at home against Texas A&M. I like it. I think that's going to be a great game right there. You know, Texas A&M, the line's -6.5 for them. So traveling on the road, technically that's a 9.5 line if you look at the home spread there. But yeah, I think LSU, I feel it in them.
Nighttime at Baton Rouge, playing hard for Coach O. You might be right. I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game.
Dylan, I'm going to have to agree with you here. I'm going to have to.
Wow.
Well,
good job, Leprechaun.
Look, I make my picks the night before. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna hold true. One last time for Coach O. One last time. It's in Baton Rouge. Give me the Tigers. One last time we get to hear it. Go Tigers. Anyway.
I don't know. Maybe you should get that extra night's rest.
Here at 7:30 p.m. on ABC, this is Bedlam. 10th ranked Oklahoma at number 7, Oklahoma State. I remember that call like it was yesterday. I think it was 2013. Then look out! This is Bedlam. Go ahead, JR.
What's the line? Do we know?
-4 Oak State.
I think Oklahoma leads this series like 90-18-2.
Yes,
yeah. I am gonna go in an upset. I'm going Mobile Homa, Boomer Sooner over Oklahoma State. This conference is going to show why they're going to be on the outside looking in. Give me Mobile Homa.
As an Irish fan, I'm rooting for the Broncos or whatever they're called, Oklahoma State. Yeah, I'm rooting for them to lose every single week. So go ahead and give me Oklahoma here.
Give me the Pokes. Boom, boom, baby. Shoot them up. Give me the Pistols, Cowboys. The Oklahoma State Cowboys.
That's right.
I'm rocking with the mullet here. Oklahoma State, they're playing for something. You know, look, if we do get passed by Oklahoma State, I think they're going to lose in the Big 12 championship. But this game, it's Bedlam. They have not won it in a long, long time. It's at their place. Give me the Pokes, baby. All right. And also at 7:30 p.m., this could get tricky as well. 17th ranked Pitt at Syracuse on the ACC network. Pitt's favored pretty large, but don't be shocked if Syracuse hangs around.
They don't have enough. Give me Pitt.
Syracuse earlier this year lost 4 straight games by 3. Liberty, Florida State, Wake Forest, Clemson, all by 3. So this team, like, if not saying they win those games, but they're sitting here at 5-6. They're a better football team than their record shows. That being said, pick it with Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt's got too good of an offense to have a letdown against Syracuse. My bad. I'm gonna have to go with Pitt. What's the line? Anybody know?
Pitt 13.
It's a tricky line. Give me Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Syracuse to cover, though. Number 23 in the land, Clemson at South Carolina on the SEC network.
What do they call this game, Dylan? Do they play for something? I know this is their rivalry.
I think it's the Palmetto something.
This is Dylan's game.
South Carolina improving. But give me Clemson. They seem to have righted the ship. They've figured out their running game. They're averaging like close to 40 points last month. Give me Clemson.
Down in the low country where I'm at, there are Clemson fans, there are Georgia fans, and there are South Carolina fans. That's all there are. Those 3. Occasionally you'll get a coastal fan like myself. But you sit here and you look at this game, and Clemson fans and South Carolina fans absolutely hate each other. Like, they go at each other constantly. And South Carolina has nothing they can do about it but just sit there and take it, because Clemson's winning national championships. They're going at it. All they had is Clowney and 13, whatever it was. That's all the Gamecocks had, really. So they have not had any sort of say in this. So strictly I'm siding with the Gamecock fans. I want them to freaking stick it to these Clemson fans for the first time in my existence of being down there. Give me the Gamecocks.
You know,
passionate.
I'm also going to go with South Carolina in this one.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, Beamer ball. Man, South Carolina, they're playing some damn good football right now. They beat Florida by 30. I was expecting Florida to get beaten that game. I was not expecting them to get beat by 30. Wow. That just shows how much Dan Mullen sucks. Anyway, I'm going with South Carolina here. Finally, get Dabo's ass out of Clemson. 10:30.
Thanks for the extra game.
Yeah. 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. We have 13th ranked BYU at USC. I looked at USC. USC's only 4-6. I don't know how that makes sense. But go ahead, JR.
Brigham Young.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats here. I can't. Give me BYU.
Give me the Mormons. I'm rolling with the Mormons here. Can't pick against BYU. I did against Virginia, and I think it bit me in the butt pretty harshly, my bad. Give me the Mormons. Fun fact about USC, they're going to be playing sometime next week against California. They have a game against California that's been postponed. The time is to be determined. I'm not sure the reasoning behind that or anything. As I click here on ESPN, coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah,
okay.
COVID.
Whatever. All right, we got some bonus picks. All right, Friday at noon on Fox, we got Kansas State at Texas.
K-State.
Oof.
Texas is favored in this one.
Doesn't matter. Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm rolling with K-State as well. They're a good football team. 8-4, they're going to finish the year out. All 4 losses to pretty high-level teams. Saturday at noon, Florida State at Florida on ESPN. Winners going bowling.
Florida State. Florida's a mess.
Yeah, give me Florida State.
I'm rolling with Chief. I can't remember his name, but I'm doing the tomahawk chop. Give me Florida State, baby. Go Seminoles. Indiana at Purdue. Battle for the old Oaken Bucket. Fox Sports 1 at 3:30 p.m.
Hope this game's quick. Get Indiana's season over with as soon as possible. Tom Allen's got a lot of important decisions that he needs to make, not just for the football program, but for himself personally, because if he doesn't have the guts to pull the trigger, he's going to be looking for another job pretty soon too. Purdue.
Boilermakers big, just like they will in basketball.
Can it? Hey, you can say what you want. We're building something at IU.
All right, Mr. 5-0. Let's wait for Rutgers.
We'll see. How's St. Mary's?
St. Mary's. Hey, this is a Notre Dame show. Let's give some respect. They competed with Bouldering or whatever the hell they were called last night.
Sorry, I'm kind of getting sick of the remarks. I'm getting tired of it. We're building something. I can guarantee it. The Woody effect. I'm going with Purdue. Yes, I said it. I know. I hate to say it. The first time ever on this show that I picked Purdue. Indiana's awful. They are awful. This is one of the worst IU football teams I've seen in a while. JR, did you ever attend any IU Purdue football games in Bloomington in your 4 years?
Not one.
Maybe 2. So 1? Yeah.
No, I didn't go to any.
Oh, wow.
No. I was too busy at the porch participating in other extracurriculars.
I've heard stories from my uncle about the porch.
No names, please.
3:45 p.m. on Saturday, Virginia Tech at Virginia on the ACC network. This is a good game to get the Kegmaster to.
Yeah, Kegmaster Jed. Now that Virginia's got Armstrong back, I'm going to go with them. They're a completely different team with them. Give me Virginia.
Yeah, I'm also picking Virginia.
Give me Uva. Virginia Tech just fired Fiente. I don't know if you guys saw that a couple weeks back. It's pretty sad. I liked him as a coach. Oh, well, give me UVA. Armstrong's back. Virginia wins it by 21 plus. Here's another interesting one. 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2. We got Kentucky at Louisville.
Oh, that Louisville quarterback, I like him. He's decent. Give me Kentucky though.
Give me Louisville right here.
Yeah, give me Louisville as well. I like Cunningham. He can run. I just want him to be a little. I want him to be a little bit more fat. I want him to be a little bit more accurate on the pass. Go ahead, Dylan. I see you.
I won't pick the Cardinal, but I'll pick the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. You know, those are getting old.
It's okay.
Do you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and say, I'm gonna make a terrible joke today?
Yeah, usually.
Okay. Yeah. 8 p.m. We have on Fox. We have number 6 Notre Dame on the road at Stanford. I believe they call their stadium the Barn, the Farm, or the Barn. I can't remember which one it is.
Well, it's not going to matter what you call it. They can have that stupid tree dancing around. They can put the band out on the field, whatever they got going on out there. It ain't working. Notre Dame's going to lean on their defense. Let's hope for a couple of turnovers, short field, change of possession. I like Notre Dame 31-13.
Oh, you dog. I got the Irish 33-13.
I am going with Notre Dame 38-7.
Goodness.
Let's see. But yeah, there we go. There's the laughs. There's the smiles. There's the chuckles. 38-7 Irish roll in Palo Alto. 11-1. I predicted it at the beginning of the year. I said 12-0 at first, but you guys were all harshing on me, so I decided to go ahead and pick a loss to Cincinnati at home. So 11-1. I like where we sit. Don't turn the ball over 3 times the first half versus Cincinnati. We're sitting right there at number 2 in the country.
That's
I said
true.
that. Yeah. I said that with my chest. All right. Well, Irish fans, we hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving day. And we are so thankful for you here at the Golden Numbers Resort. All of you, whether you like our content or not, we are thankful for each.
We know you love JR.
Yeah. Who can't love it? Who can't love Frenchie? So with that being said, go Irish, love the Notre Dame, and we will see you next week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving day with your family and friends, and love the Notre Dame.